We know that the 8th Circuit Court of Appeals has ruled apparently in favor of the owners and ruled the lockout is legal. But really, negotiations are where this thing's going to get done. So what is the latest with going on between the two sides?
Well, and of course, the joint statement from the NFLPA and the NFL that we appreciate the court's ruling, but the most important thing to do is to get a deal. We're working diligently towards it. Every time something like that happens, someone in the media reports, oh, the deal must be coming tonight or tomorrow. That is not the case. They are still miles apart on a couple of key fundamental economic issues. And basically, it's how do we split up the money? And whether it's workman's comp or whether it's payroll, or whether it's free agency, they all get back to how do we split the money. And folks, that answer is not tonight or tomorrow. It's coming. Pressure is growing, but they've still got a ton of work to do.
Are you still seeing, I mean, we had talked about that date as kind of maybe August 1st as opposed to the July 15th a lot of people are going with. Is that still kind of what you're hearing?
I think July 15th was always the date by which they could have a normal training camp, a normal preseason, no impact on the schedule. It still is. They'd like to have something done. That would be at the end of next week, at least as we sit here and talk. It's possible, but they're so far away on the big number, which is how do we split this revenue? We've heard that they now have a format they like, that they'll do away with the big billion-dollar credit off the top. They'll only deal in total revenue, and the players have offered to take 48%. Well, if you go back to what the split was before all of this, on total revenue, they were only getting 50, maybe 51%. 3 points on $9 billion is somewhere between $200 and $250 million a year. That is not what the owners plotted 3 years for to take back. They want significant financial givebacks, and they've already committed to pay more into the retired players' benefits, so they're spending more money. That's why we know, even with the little bit that we're hearing as fact, they're not close enough yet on the dollars to get a deal.
And ultimately, that's what's going to do it. All those things, like we've said all along, they talk about whether the rookie wage scale or free agency are going to cause a problem. Ultimately, it's money. And when that gets figured out, it'll all get done.
Well, and the other key here, Adam, is that they've said, well, they'll give up the billion-dollar cost credit, but then they asked for additional credits, and they didn't say what those were. So, they're throwing out all the right things to let us believe and feel better PR-wise that we're close. I do think they'll get something done by the end of July. Whether they can do it by July 15th, to me, is still a long shot.
And we keep hearing that there's good news happening. We'll see if that actually comes to fruition anytime soon. That's the latest on what's really going on with the negotiations towards getting rid of this lockout already. For the best news and information on all things NFL, check us out at ProFootballWeekly.com.